My name is Justin Oftenkamp, and I play guitar in Miss May I. I started playing guitar when I was like 12, 13 years old, so I've been playing guitar now for about 10 or 11 years. Being able to actually record yourself and do demos is very, very key, and it's definitely helped not only me as a guitarist, but just as a musician as well, and being able to do it wherever you need to do it at, rather than renting a bunch of studio time. And like when you're on the road or something like that, you can't really go anywhere. When I do demos, I usually use Logic. I use Menace. You know, it really helps out that you don't have to have like an iLock system or a key to do it. You can just open it up and plug your stuff in, and there you go, and it's very, very easy to do. My first step of writing a demo is I'll basically just think of something in my head, and I don't know, like I'll think it's like kind of heavy in my head or like melodic or whatever kind of song I'm trying to write, but I'll like it and it'll kind of get stuck in my head, so I'll just start from there. It's basically like a riff idea, and then I'll transpose that to a guitar, or maybe mess around with it some more and open up Logic and lay those tracks down, and then usually I'll put drums to them. Especially like touring and being on the road, that's the biggest thing is if you have a little interface and you're in a hotel room, you can plug it in and write these songs and actually be able to put demos down. You can put it down right then because you feel good about that idea that you just came up with right then. My thing with guitar tone that makes it special to me, like something that the key ingredient, I guess, would be, I like a lot of mids in my tone. Not to get like, I guess, too specific, but I'm a very like mid-range kind of person when it comes to guitars, and I think one of the most crucial things, at least personally for me, is knowing where you sit in music. And like if you're a bass player, you're dealing with your low end frequencies, and your low mids, and in there, like, you don't really want to be like going in somebody else's territory, if you will. The pros of a real amp, to me at least, you really get the power, feel it, the tubes, I mean, they're warm, and it's a warmer sound. With an amp simulator, it's not necessarily the same thing, but it's way more mobile. So, me hauling around a big 120 watt head and plugging into a cab and micing it up and doing all this stuff, like just to write maybe a riff, we have the technology nowadays to where you don't have to do it like that anymore. You can use an amp simulator, which is the pro of it is you can put it down whenever you want. And if you're techie and stuff like that, you can actually go within them and mess around with things and create your own tones and stuff like that. The thing I love about Toneforge is the fact of the simplicity of it. It starts you out with a great tone already, and then you can go in and fine-tune it with like overdrive pedals and more EQ options that are really great, especially for if you're really trying to get a great tone before you get into the mixing stage or stuff like that. It actually sounds really good, and a limiter to make it louder. It keeps it simple. It's nice. So I think it's kind of like taking it to the next level of amp sims. I think that JST should be looked at because it's not necessarily just an amp sim company or something like that, but they're making other products. It's a company that's making kind of everything, and Joey made it to be able to be user-friendly for a producer and for a musician as well. And I do some of both. So it's kind of nice where you open up this plugin, it's super simple to use, but you're getting like producer mixing quality sounds that can inevitably make the song that next step of the process of recording. So, and I think like maybe some of the other plugin companies, they're not looking at it from both sides. They're looking at it more of I'm a producer, or I'm a mixer, or I was a musician, or I am a musician. It's not thinking of both and kind of like interweaving them.